Hello and welcome to what is another Doctor Who Christmas special review. This time we'll look at Voyage of the Damned, 2008 Christmas special, and the first Doctor Who story to be screened in the cinema. Yes, this was in the cinema. I don't know when it was. I don't think it was on Christmas Day though. I know this was the first cinema screen story as well as the Christmas special, but yeah, I think this is on longer than an hour. I think it's an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know, I'm not sure, I'll have to re-look this up, as I haven't watched it myself just yet. I have watched it many times, but I forget, especially how long they are. Anyway, yes, so the story. Well, just before we get to the story, the Doctor meets the Doctor. Yes, we have Time Crash, where we see Peter Davison and the David Tennant working together on what the hell is going on with the TARDIS. As Peter Davison's been pulled out of his own time stream, and he's been put into David Tennant's time stream. So we got the 5th Doctor and the 10th Doctor arguing away, and it's quite funny actually. But we'll come to that again. That's the story we'll leave till another time. And anyway, yes, we cut to the Doctor sitting down on his ship. Well, he's walking. Actually, no, he's not sitting down. He's flicking switches, walking around the ship. Next minute, boom! He hears a thump. Everything explodes, crash, and what he sees is a Titanic ring here that we've got in the corner of my TV, and he thinks, good lord, I've just crashed into the Titanic. How the hell has that happened? I'm not in the sea. What's going on? What? Basically another one of those climaxes where he's doing the what again. Anyway, as he thinks he's crashed into the ship that's in the water, he's repairing the TARDIS again. He comes out, looks around, he gets on board the Titanic, and comes around, looks through the window, and thinks, I'm not in the sea, I'm in space. So he goes back, rechanges, and he's in the suit of many things, such as the suit where he got attacked by the Cybermen, the suit where he basically thought off Lazarus in the Lazarus experiment, and yeah, so this suit it's not made his day, to be honest. So he's completely changed his outfit. He's got black Converse, he's got a black suit, and he's walking around and he's joining in the fun. It's a very Christmassy scene. We've got Christmas trees, we've got people eating Christmas food, and we've got Kylie Minogue. Yes, we've got a singer on the well, not on the TARDIS, on the Titanic. She's a maid, a waitress, and she's walking around giving people drinks, and that's her job. Yeah, but the captain of the ship is a bit deluded. I think he thinks well, he says that he's been shipmate for, of course, so many years that they'd give him a retirement and all that, and not so far away is well, basically it's an asteroid, I think. No, I can't remember the story, so it's been ages, so bear with me, guys. I know that it's a story that involves a lot of rocks, and there's a lot happening, but the Titanic turns sort of swiftly into the direction of where these rocks are going. Asteroids, I don't know what they call them, and Midshipman Frame thinks that he's going to give them a view, going to give all these passengers a view to remember, but no, he's going to kill himself, kill everybody, and blow the Titanic up. But unfortunately, it didn't go according to plan. We got the host, these lovely looking angels here. Don't be fooled, they're not lovely looking angels. They remind me of the of the this robots from the robots of death. It's getting very dark, so I can't really show you properly. The robots of death. Anyway, basically, it's a survival story, to be honest. There's a bunch of people in the Titanic, and they've crashed. I have missed a little bit about basically the Doctor and Kylie going to Earth to look at a street, and it's the first time I see Rolf there as well. So there we go. Remember that. Put that in. There we go. Talked about that now. Anyway, the crash. Yes, there's these three big rocks that blow the whole of the Titanic up, and it goes wrong. There's three chunks of three big massive holes in the Titanic, and people are dead. Hundreds of people are dead. Don't know how many actually were on board this Titanic, but we know many were dead, as there was loads and they're no longer with us. So the Doctor was sent away for talking about or screaming to people that they need to look out the window and ask the captain to turn the ship around and basically put on the shields, as he turned them off while this was going on. And yeah, they get escorted away, and he's got these two lovely people following him. To just say that he's a bit drunk, he's had a few too many, you know. I've forgotten what their names are. They're both in purple, I know that. Then you've got him from, was it Coronation Street EastEnders? I can't remember his name. And then you've got the other one from Keeping Up Appearances. I've forgotten his name as well in this story. I'm not very good at those names in this story. There's so much going on. It's a very different story to last Christmas's specials. And it's a very good one, to be honest. But yes, you've got him, a load of others. You've got Kylie Minogue in there. You've got one of the onboard shipment blokes, and he opens one of the sealed doors and he gets blown out of it, so he doesn't last long, does he? So yes, the Doctor wants to find the TARDIS to get all these people on and to land safely on Earth, hopefully, while he can sort out the Titanic and what's going on. But he has a big problem, as when he looks out of the door, and what does he see? He sees in the far distance the TARDIS and loads of rubble and dead people around it. Yes, it's quite upsetting seeing that is. Then he's telling everybody to calm down, and he's going to sort everything out, and everything's going to be alright. Then you've got his most iconic speech he's ever said. I'm 903 years old, I'm going to save all your 6 billion people on the planet below. Have you got a problem with that? No? Well, come on then, allons-y. But anyway, I can't remember the whole bloody thing, so don't tell me or put in the comments that you haven't said the whole thing, so just leave it out with you. Anyway, yes, basically after that he's running around, he's thinking, what am I going to do? I need to think of something very quickly, and he tries to get onto the captain, but he's dead. So you got Alonso talking to him, and yeah, and they're trying to get to where he is, so they've got basically a safe place to go. But everybody's forgot about the host this time. The hosts aren't important here, but they do become important in just a second. While on the deck of the boat, shipman frame is talking to a load of cooks, and they're asking if there's anybody else dead, if there's survivors, and where they're going to go. And they're talking away, and the door, or it's supposed to be jammed, the door is opening, and they're wondering what the hell's going on outside. What's going on? So survivors trying to open the door, but no, the host are in the building. Well, not in the building, they're in the cabin of the cook place, and they're all, thank God for that, host are here, we have host. But they use their big, whatever they're called, circular dishes on their heads, and oh no, they cut themselves. Actually, don't they cut themselves? They cut the cooks' heads off, I believe. I believe that's why they're so sharp. And chop them off, and yeah. I'm going to sit down. While that's happening, as I was saying, the doctor is running through with all these people, thinking of a solution and what can he do, and yeah. Halfway through, they meet the host in the middle of the Titanic, where there's a big panel that's going from one place to the other, and they've got to walk across this panel. It's not very bloody large. It's just like a thin walkway, so like thin planks of wood, and you've got this big red thing going first, Banner Caffalatter. I don't know why the doctor didn't just call him Banner anyway. I know he would have went mad, but we always have to say Banner Caffalatter. Anyway, yes, he's walking along, and he's first. Then we got all these, and then the big ones go last. So yeah, so we got the big one walking along, and the other one is very scared, and he's looking down, and he accidentally pushes the metal thing that's holding him up, and he goes down, and he dies. It's a very sad scene again, but they can't stay there long because the hosts are on their tail. They come down from the sky, and they're attacking him from left, right, and centre. There's a good scene where you got Kylie Minogue with a metal pole, and basically they're all trying to swing all these circular dishes on top of their heads and trying to stop them from killing them. While this is happening, the other big one is so scared for her life, and she's very upset at the same time, that when they've taken all the hosts out, there's one last one, and she takes him down, and they both go into the centre of the ship, which is quite a sad scene again. So you can see her falling down with the host, and boom, they're both dead. Next you got them walking again, and basically, yeah, you've got Alonso trying to talk to them about cooks and all that, and the host have gone mad and all that, and they already know, and they're still trying to get to the front of the ship to where he is. When the doctor finds out that his name's Alonso, he's always wanted to say his favourite word. Alonso. Yeah, I've basically skipped a hell of a lot of things here. But anyway, going back to what I was on about. After he knew that, well, before he knew that his name was Alonso, he went down to see Max Capricorn, or whatever his name is, cruise liner. Turns out he's out of business, and he's on an escape route to an island where they're very fond of metal, or planet there, and it's basically his excuse to getting out of this thing. He's in a very big thing, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, he's in the centre of the ship. There's a battle scene right at the end where Kylie Minogue is in a forklift truck, and she takes him over. She goes over herself, and that's very upsetting for the doctor, as he's just got to know her, and he's fallen for her, and she's just a brilliant woman to him, and she's risked her own life for him, and basically he's very upset about that. So after that's going on, the host they're not deadly no more, as Max is dead, and they basically worship him, as you want to say, but now they worship the doctor, or they follow the doctor's instructions, and yeah, they take him up to the front of the deck of the ship, and they try to stop the Titanic from crashing into the earth, which they do marvellously. and you've got this brilliant scene, comedic scene as I like to call it, with the Doctor phoning up Buckingham Palace and saying, "You got to get out of the palace. We're about to crash into the Earth. I don't know if we're going to survive. I don't know if I'm going to miss the palace. I don't know." So you got the Queen running out the palace with her corgis, and yeah, you see the Titanic just come up behind Buckingham Palace, and it's missed. So thank God for that. Yeah. Well, they're back in space and they're sorting stuff out. The Doctor remembers that Astrid Peth is wearing one of these armbands that brings all the atoms back if there's an accident. So he thinks he can get her back by doing that, which he can't. And it's very upsetting to see. I'm turning the volume down, as that's doing my head in myself now. It's Christmas music for the Doctor Who theme. But anyway, as I was saying, he tries to get her particles back. They do come back, but they don't come back fully. She's not fully formed like she was or supposed to be, as she's been dead too long. But there's a brilliant scene where the Doctor kisses Thin Air, basically, as they'd kind of kissed him on a box just before they're doing their stuff, and he opens one of the Titanic windows and she flies out, and there's a nice scene where you see the Doctor saying, "You're not falling, you're flying," and yes. But before he can go, he's talking to this bloke again from Keeping Up Appearances. I've forgotten his name, and he's on about that he'll go to prison if they find that this out, and he won't come out, and he'll be dead by the time he goes. But it's alright, because he'll be dead soon anyway. But the Doctor thinks to himself, "No, I can't leave him behind." So they both take an armband, land on Earth, and they're near the TARDIS. This time, again, the Doctor is saying goodbye to this bloke, but he doesn't know where he's going because he doesn't think he's got any money. But until the Doctor says, "Hang on, where are you going?" He looks at his card, and he's gone about how many credits he's got, and he's got enough to buy a house with a garden and a car, and basically a lovely place. So yes, he's not skint, it turns out. The Doctor again asks where he's going. The bloke says, "I don't know, I'm just walking away." They both say Merry Christmas. The Doctor gets in the TARDIS, but before he does, he looks up at the sky, sees Astrid Peth floating above him, and closes the door, and we go to the ending credits. Now, goodness me, it's taken me 18 minutes to talk about a story. Still, it's quicker than 55, 60, 65 minutes. I don't know how long this story goes on for. But anyway, I would rate this, 8 out of 10. It's better than last year's special in a way, as I think they might. It looks as though they've spent more money on this Christmas special than they did in Runaway Bride. But we also see new things. We see the new intro of the Doctor Who theme, and we also see other things, such as another one-off companion. But basically Donna wasn't a one-off companion because she's coming back in the series anyway. So yes, good story, recommend it. If you haven't seen it, well, go on Amazon, buy the box set, buy the individual DVD, buy the 13 Christmas specials, 12 Christmas specials, and watch it. It's a fantastic story. It's got all the scenes you'd love to see in, I don't know, a Christmas special that Moffat would do, even though he hasn't done any good ones, in my opinion. except for the Christmas Carol. But anyway, yes, this is Voyage of the Damned, and I'll speak to you and see you again soon in the next Doctor, which will be my next video. So thank you very much for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.